welcome everybody. This is Join Dota League Season 3, the American Division. Yes, it's freaking late for the European time zone, but that's why I have a co-caster from Morica, and he's happy to cast with me. My name is HeflaTV, coming with me is Michael Loris, and we're gonna cast you the CNB Esports Club versus Isurus. We already had a South American, or versus, I guess, South American versus North American match before, now an hour break, but we're hopping here directly into a next series, and then later this night, or rather your day, whatever time zone you are in, we even have more on HeflaTV too. But for now we are here on HeflaTV on the first channel of HeflaTV as such. Mike, let's hop into the draft. What do you think? CNB hot? Practice? Isurus?
Well, I mean, CNB, they just took the last series 1-1, I believe, so they can't feel too fantastic about how that happened. So hopefully they're not totally going to be on tilt, because they did win the second game, I believe. So,
yep,
they should be feeling okay about that one. Isurus, been seeing them quite a bit, and they're kind of unpredictable, and I like that. I like when teams run some weird stuff, and may not be the cleanest of games, but it's definitely amusing to watch, and I'm all about that. And I'm really glad that this game actually got off the ground, because we're like 15-20 minutes late or something like that.
Yeah, actually they actually won alongside with the pings. Like the American team, like the North American team lost on the Brazil server, while CNB lost on US East. But I had the feeling that the game won, like Tengen was, I don't know, playing normally, while CNB just had a bad game. I didn't see anything where ping really was involved, but the last game it really made a difference. Like Tengen was completely a new team. I don't know if you can entirely blame that on ping issues on the Brazilian servers whatsoever. Fact is that nothing, like draft, execution from laning phase till breaking high ground, plus maybe some ping issue, nothing really worked out for them, so CNB made it 1-1. But now of course both of the games are on the Brazilian servers, which means nobody should be complaining about ping whatsoever, so we have simply the fact of better drafting, better playing.
Yeah, and it's a really kind of terrible thing that ping is such a relevant topic, and ideally it wouldn't be, but it's just the nature of esports, which kind of sucks. But there's no way around it except for having everyone in the same place, which is expensive as hell. But we are in a real draft now, as the CNB side, they decided to pick up their heroes, Brewmaster, Skywrath Mage. Skywrath Mage, I think, more of a counter pick versus Isurus, so that they don't get it. Because Skywrath Mage would be great with Faceless Void and great against Brewmaster, and it's okay with Brewmaster, but it's nothing too special.
It's actually good against both of them. Like, both heroes don't want to get silenced just before they make their big move. I mean, Brewmaster wants to blink in, Thunderclap and Ultimate, Faceless Void wants to Time Walk in and do that Chronosphere. If any of them would get a silence in their face, the Ancient Seal, that is always bad news. So you have to outlast it, or you have to go for a BKB, either or. And yeah, saving the Skywrath Mage on CNB's side is definitely a small advantage here.
Just having that quick silence. There are other heroes that do give you very quick disables, i.e. Shadow Shaman, Lion. Their hexes come out extremely quickly, and they're fairly reliable as long as your hands are fast enough. But Skywrath Mage is definitely going to be the most common, and Isurus Gaming, well, they got the Faceless Void, they're going to transition that into an Invoker. They may not be able to set up a Mystic Flare, but they sure as hell can set up a Sunstrike, and that hurts a lot too.
Absolutely. Now Invoker. Okay, that's interesting. Like, I don't even know who's the Invoker player for Isurus. Like, to be honest, like Nedara, LDS, I know those two. Ninja, not with the Isurus tag. I don't know if he's standing, but he's not standing tagged. Like, but
sure
like Dolce and fullback, they're completely new to me.
I'm pretty sure Ninja is not on the Isurus game. Like, he usually doesn't play with them. It's yeah, I don't know. It might be Papita, which has its alternate name. I'm not too sure.
Yep, I have no idea who is who. Like, if they don't go for the original names, like, it's pretty hard for us to like catch up with those South American teams, because usually we cast more European, CIS, and Southeast Asian Dota. But of course, like, these games, they need a quality cast. That's why we decided we go for them. And of course we have you American guys. For you this is a convenient time rather than our C tournaments where you, oh yeah, I feel with you when you have to get up like, I don't know, 5 AM early in the morning to cast a game that is, for us, even early, that is before like even lunchtime.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun. This is pretty nice. I like this, but only if the draft actually picks up a little bit, because CNB, they're taking their time. We had Second round of bans as CNB going to kick out the Ancient Apparition Isurus. They get rid of the Centaur as well as the TA. I mean, TA is pretty good against Invoker, but I don't know if they should be that scared about that hero.
Well, TA, I didn't see it coming, plus the fact that if you have Invoker Faceless Void, TA is not one of those scary heroes, you know, there are better counters as such. I mean, banning the center, okay, to completely understand that would be additional initiation for CNB, like locking down the Faceless Void, for example. Let's say center comes in, Hoofstorm, double edge after he gets silenced on the Scarab Mage. Alone this combo could be deadly to almost all the heroes because of that nice scaling. Like the double edge is magical damage after all, gets increased by the seal. So that's ton of damage, about 650-ish, if there's like 4 points in it.
The math definitely checks out. That double edge amplified hurts like hell, and we're not going to see it this game, but we are going to be seeing both teams try to pick up their supports. Scarab Shadow Shaman going to be the combo for CNB, a nice setup for Mystic Flare. A little bit down the road, and early on, the damage potential with the ability to hold someone in place for a very long time, especially when you're dealing with the Faceless Void, is certainly very useful. Isurus, they pick up one of the other premier supports in the Earthshaker. Might be a little bit awkward with Faceless Void as far as supporting him, just being a melee hero with a melee core. And it usually does work out okay, but it's not ideal. And CNB, well, they go for Nature's Prophet, maybe looking to transition into a little bit more of a pushing-oriented lineup. Death Prophet is still in the field.
We actually had these push heroes, like a lot of emphasis on those pushing heroes in the game versus Tengen. Like Pugna was banned, Death Prophet was picked, Nature's Prophet was banned in the first game, picked in the second one. Rasta was secured in the first two picks for either team. So you see, they really wanted to push. Even Chikiro was picked, and that is pretty much the entire spectrum of all the really efficient pushers. This time, it's getting a bit ignored. I mean, of course, we have now. We have the Master Open Worlds and the Treants from Nature's Call, but for example Death Prophet is still an option. It would even be an option for CNB, but the funny part is I'm pretty sure Isurus is gonna ban it, because that would be too much. Brewmaster mid, a safe lane Prophet, or the other way around, the Nature's Prophet in the offlane, and a Scarab Mage Shadow Shaman combo, that is pretty sick. I think even a Brewmaster safe lane would be better, because you have slow into Hex, into Shackle, into another slow by the Thunderclap, and if that's not a kill, then I don't know.
Yeah, but CNB, if they really do want to go for this pushing, they could pick up either the Death Prophet or the Pugna, and either way, it'll put some serious pressure onto Isurus. Isurus, if they do want to pick up a Death Prophet, it will also be a decent enough pickup for them. Together with an Invoker Forge Spirits, they'll be able to put the pressure back onto CNB, and force CNB to make some trades, because CNB, they just want to be pushing, it seems, with these last two picks. Trading, not really what you want to be doing. You want to be on the aggressive. You always want to be fighting, taking the fights at the enemy towers just constantly. And Isurus, they're definitely taking their time with this one. They are going to pick up Keeper of the Light, so trying to get the brick wall for that push.
Jesus. I mean, Keeper of the Light, that's the last I expected. But this means now Isurus has to ban the Death Prophet, and unless they keep it in there, then CNB has to pick it. I actually was about to say there are only two options: pick the Death Prophet, and then force the Death Prophet, the Faceless Void into the offlane, Invoker mid, and then a safe lane Prophet. That would have made sense to me, even on Isurus draft. If you don't pick it, which happened, then you have to ban it, otherwise CNB is gonna take it. Like, these are the two scenarios I see, but since Keeper of the Light is picked, that means we still have the option, for example, for a Tidehunter in Isurus lineup. But they ban out Meepo. What? That means now, like, to be honest, I would ban Death Prophet now for CNB and pick a Tidehunter. So you have your offlaner, Earthshaker Keeper, Faceless Void safe lane, Invoker mid, and a Tide in the offlane. That would completely make sense to me. To you too?
Well, I mean, Meepo is a pretty nice hero for Isurus Gaming to pick up in that they have a really great Meepo player. Fullback, I believe, is the one to play that hero, if I'm not mistaken. I think also CNB also have a pretty good Meepo player, but I don't know. I feel like this is mostly just a cop-out pick, or cop-out ban from CNB. They don't really know what the enemy team is going to go for, therefore ban out something that they're good with. And they don't really have that many great counters versus Meepo, so it's kind of understandable, though it could definitely be a much better ban, I would say. As well, now that the Morphling banned out, CNB, they have access to that pushing power if they want it. but they may just be happy with getting some global power, some pushing power with the Nature's Prophet, and then transitioning into something more Weaver-ish as carry.
Yeah, but I mean they ban out the Morphling, so CNB can pick the Death Prophet, but I don't get this. Like seriously, I don't understand this draft. Like I'm completely out of this now. Like Death Prophet ignored, Tidehunter ignored. Usually these are heroes that get first banned or first picked sometimes even. If not, then in the second ban stage or in the second pick stage. But here, both of them completely ignored. That's wow.
Yeah, it is kind of uncharacteristic to see those types of heroes get through this far in the draft, but I do like this pick from CNB. The Naga Siren versus the Faceless Void matchup works in such a way that once the Chronosphere is dropped, as long as the Naga Siren is in a good position, she sings, and then the Faceless Void Chronosphere does nothing, except for set up for some other spells. But the Faceless Void doesn't do any damage, because everyone's asleep, and it's a combo that I've only seen, or a counter that I've only seen once or twice before, but when I did see it, it worked very well, and now Isurus, they're going to last pick a lone druid.
I'm out. I'm going home.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm actually home, but I'm going home somewhere else. Like I don't feel comfortable in front of my microphone anymore because, like, this goes against everything I've seen since 6.8 and everything I've seen in 1,000 or more games casted probably in all this time. Like Tidehunter, Death Prophet ignored, and that in the current meta, that is very much surprising. Either way, there is a small pause, swapping the overlays, and we just introduce a team and then we just let it flow and let it come, Mike. Maybe it was all the right decision if that Naga is really going fat.
Yeah, but I don't know. With this Lone Druid, Radiance, and Maelstrom is all the AoE they're going to have with that hero. I can understand they would like to have someone really tanky. As far as heroes are concerned, Lone Druid doesn't mind taking a Brewmaster 1v1 when the split is online, because he's tanky enough to survive that, but it's a more pushing-oriented hero, the Lone Druid. He doesn't synergize at all with the Faceless Void. Like, you want your bear to be hitting people all the while. Unless the Faceless Void is a perfect Chronosphere, that's not going to happen. So, yeah, as Isurus, I don't really know about this Void pickup. I feel like it could have been just such a better hero if they went for something different.
Yep. But either way, he's reconnecting, and now we just introduce the teams. We have King RD on the Naga Siren. Then we have on the Rasta playing, some people call him Pada, so I guess his name is just mirror turned. I don't know. Either way, then Baga again on the Scarab Mage, or again on a support. I think he played. No. I think, yeah, he played once Scarab Mage today already in the first series. Either way, 40R on the Panda, and the last one we are missing is in the offline. It's Ned on the Nature's Prophet, and I think this is also his second Nature's Prophet today, at least what we cast.
Alright, so on the Isurus side, we got Dulce playing the Lone Druid going up towards top. No surprise there. LDS is going to be on the Invoker. As far as Invokers are concerned, this guy is an absolute sniper with his Sunstrikes. He is good. Fullback on the Faceless Void is going to be farming bottom, supported by Ninja on the Keeper of the Light and Nidara on the Earthshaker. The Keeper of the Light Earthshaker combination is a very old one, but you funnel mana into the Earthshaker and then he constantly spams his Fissure. It's really annoying and hard to deal with, honestly.
Yeah. Especially that's why I'm also surprised about the Naga pick, because I mean you have a hero on the other side that is good versus any summoned minions, creep waves, illusions whatsoever. So like just imagine a full Cuddle Blast into Nature's Call and the illusions of Naga. Bam, half your push is gone. So the only push that is really effective and left is the Master Open Wards. That's pretty much it. So that's why I didn't understand this Naga over, for example, a Death Prophet. Against Death Prophet, what can you do? Your ghosts, they remain alive. Your ghosts are already dead, so you can't kill them with the Cuddle Blast.
Yeah, I think they might have tunnel visioned a little bit too much with the Naga. It is a great counter versus the Chronosphere or the Faceless Void, but that's about it. Like, it's kind of split CNB's lineup as to whether or not they want to be fighting early or dragging this one out late. I mean, come early game, they will be able to put a lot of pushing pressure on, and they could get a game win out of that. Or if they want to drag it out late, they could also do that now with the Naga. It's really non-committal, the way that they've drafted their lineup, and I think this Naga pick is kind of indicating that. And Isurus, they're more slanted towards the late game, so CNB, they should have been focusing on winning the game earlier. Although, if it does come to late game, I don't know, Naga versus Lone Druid and Faceless Void is a tough call.
Yep, absolutely. Well, let's see what's coming out. I mean, so far, there's no action, no early smoke gangs whatsoever. So, Panda in the mid, pretty aggressive. It's the second Thunderclap he tries to get into the Invoker, and it actually hit there, but I don't think the Invoker is too impressed by now. I mean, he has the ranged advantage, obviously, so he should do a good job for the R. Like, he's getting quite some damage, especially after, like, this one guaranteed miss from Brawler is gone. From there on, with, like, those 3 Exort bubbles, he hits for quite some fun, especially with a Ring of Basilos right at the start.
And he's going to be hitting for even more moving forward. This should be a Wex at level 3. I believe LDS does like to play his Invoker like that. I sure hope he does. Oh yeah, there we go. Getting that Alacrity on board, so even more harassment. Also opens the door for very early Meteor. But it's most likely going to be the bottom lane Nature's Prophet who's going to end up giving first blood, just because he's staring down 3 heroes with a stun set up from the Earthshaker and a Sunstrike. Unless something really weird happens up top, I don't see anyone else giving first blood just yet.
Yep, I guess so. Yeah, Nature's Prophet is really, I think, the weakest link in the entire draft here of CNB. Like, he has to be so careful on his lane, and well, let's see how he's doing. I mean, like last time I've seen him on the Nature's Prophet, he really did a good job as such, but there's of course limits to it. But now, well, we have the Panda with a double damage, and he's, I don't know. Well, there is the Earthshaker in the mid now, so that's not really a good moment to go. And they also need like a, yeah, they need a smoking from Pada and the Skyrath Mage. I wonder why they didn't go for it yet, because the Invoker right at the start, he's quite vulnerable to this. Like, one slow, maybe into Hex or Shackle, and then of course the Panda Thunderclap, especially with a double damage rune, that should secure the first blood.
Well, they're going to try to go up top, but Dulce is more than safe on that top lane. Yeah, these supports on top, even with, especially with the Shadow Shaman picking up boots so early, they should be looking to be aggressive towards the Invoker. They don't have any smokes, which kind of sucks, but they could very easily pick it up and try to put some hurt there. Even though the Earthshaker was there for a little bit, I feel like it's just a mistake having these 2 supports up here. They're not really going to completely shut down the Lone Druid. He's level 3. He's doing just fine in that lane, all things considered. And, well, King RD doesn't even have any point of ensnare. If the Naga Siren had a point of ensnare, maybe you could catch the Lone Druid off guard, but odds are it's just not going to happen off of a concussive shot. The Lone Druid is going to have to play very out of position if he is going to get hit by that skill.
Yep. By the way, I love this bear. It's the big beaver. The big fat beaver.
It's a red panda with like a weird beaver tail. I don't really know what's going on with this bear.
It's not a panda. No,
it's a red panda.
A red panda, but it doesn't even look like a panda. It's more like a, I don't know.
It looks exactly like a red panda.
Half fox, half beaver. When did you
I don't
see
think
the
you know
last
what a
time
red panda looks like. I think you need to go look up red panda right now. It'll open your eyes to a whole new breed of cuteness.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, okay, we call this then red
We'll
panda.
do that after. That's top lane.
At the moment,
Say might be in a little trouble. There's the Shackle plus the damage from the Skyrath Mage. King RD's going to close the distance, and he will Riptide for the first blood. That wraparound from Baga, solo wraparound smoke gang, proving to be pretty effective as they do secure first blood on the Lone Druid.
Yep, and yeah, we have the earlier question here. Net coming in. Nature's Call, he doesn't have quite the mana for it, but 2 more points. The Clarity's already ticking. There it is, level 2 Nature's Call, and they want to get this tower. They want to make sure they have the momentum, getting everything done. And yep, so far they're doing everything right.
Yeah, King RD with this Naga Siren build is going to be very awkwardly placed. He's going to go for the drum build, not straight up rush the Radiance. I like this adaptation for the Naga because it will allow her to contribute a little bit more early on, but at the same time, why didn't you pick someone else that could have just gone for this and would have been even more powerful? Still a little bit questionable, and unfortunately for Isurus, they rotate their Keeper of the Light up towards top a little bit too late, so they can't actually stop that push. That's going to be a tower down, and CNB, they should be looking for more, especially once Shadow Shaman gets to his level 6 mark.
Have you seen the build on the Keeper of Light, by the way? He has a 1-1-1 build, a bit of everything, a bit tutti frutti at the moment, like, wow. I mean, Mana Leak, okay, I actually like that spell, but then again, like, now that you saw this early aggression, he might regret having that, because he needs maybe Illuminate level 2, but for now, he's just going, okay, to farm a bit jungle himself, sure, why not?
Mana Leak is decent versus Brewmaster, but it's really not that good versus everyone else on CNB. They're not really restricted on their mana pool. If he could land on the Brewmaster and deny a split, then that 1 skill point is totally worth it. Otherwise, he's going to be wishing he had his Illuminate and or his Chakra Magic, it would have just been so much more effective. It looks like Nature's Prophet has actually left the lane. This is going to let Fullback get complete and utter dominance in the 1v0 lane, but in the meantime, it will be another smoke. Round 2, Pada as well as Baga, they're going to see the double damage rune, but not pick it up. If they don't pick it up, this would be actually really sneaky of them, as they're going to wrap around, and it looks like they're going to go for the Invoker. 4DR has a split, and if Invoker gets caught with any sort of slow at all, he will probably die unless he's very fast with the Ghost Walk, and it looks like there is no detection on these supports. So Invoker, got to play a little bit cautiously.
Yeah, but the Panda. What the hell did the Panda just do? Oh my god, he's going in. He wants to make the setup with the Cyclone, and it's actually successful, but now the rotations have to be there. There's the Hex, there's the Shackle, and now it's all about the damage, but they're all getting stunned. Nice Fisher, but he still dies just as he put up that Ghost Walk. That is very unfortunate timing.
That was really freaking sneaky. I haven't seen that play ever, I don't think, but I love it. Moving forward with an invisible unit that has Cyclone is crazy creative coming out from 4DR, and otherwise they weren't going to get that Invoker kill. So really sneaky play from Brewmaster. I love it. And that might transition them into a tier 1 tower, though with Teleportation, Sport, and the Earthshaker, and Keeper Light moving in, I don't think that's going to happen. 4DR is going to get hit with a Fissure. There's a Chronosphere available. Faceless Void. He's going to think about dropping that. If he does, there won't be enough damage to kill out the Brewmaster. So he's going to hold on to it for now. He's also holding on to 1 skill point. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on there, but he is now here and giving up a lot of farm down bot.
Yep, definitely. But up top, we have a go again on the Lone Druid, and with that Riptide and like all the damage along, no way he can really survive that.
Dara's going to rotate up. He's looking for the Naga Sign perhaps, but a Sunstrike. I said it before, he's a sniper. This Invoker is good with his Sunstrikes. Makes it ultimately a 1-for-1 trade. Definitely not worth it. Losing Lone Druid is never really good, especially when he's straight up rushing a Relic. But they get something out of it at the very least.
Yep, at least the Invoker is saying like, hey guys, don't forget, Sunstrikes might come out all the time. And well, the Skyriff Mage, he really did go in a straight line back home, so he wasn't really expecting that. I mean, it was the first Sunstrike of the game, so let's say that was just a premiere. But oh, there's a little rush, but yeah, oh god, Cuddle of the Light, you're so down. Even with the Salve use, that is, wow, quite a waste of everything, pretty much.
Yeah, Brewmaster showing off his shiny new Blink Dagger. He's going to find a regen rune straight after, so he's going to be ready to split in 13 seconds, and it looks like he's going to go towards mid lane. A Blink Clap split 8 minutes into the game is absolutely devastating. It means he doesn't have to play super sneaky with the Wind Panda. He could even get a jump on the Lone Druid right now if he does realize that he's in the area. Isurus, though, they did see the Brewmaster rotate downwards, so everyone should be playing relatively safe. I don't see this Brewmaster getting
Why
much
doesn't
done.
he use the regeneration rune right now? Now he's using it, but wow, he was holding back all the time on that one.
He's going to get the full tank of mana. Blink forward for Dulce. Where's the clap? It looks like he doesn't know that he actually connected. Then he's just going to walk away. Just kind of wasted time from the Brewmaster. He definitely just didn't know that the Lone Druid, main Druid, was in that little nook in the trees.
Well, it was a good guess. I mean, he forced him into the ultimate, but after all, like, there was more time, experience, and gold wasted for the Brewmaster than for the Lone Druid, because he just keeps farming and goes back to ranged form. That's all he does at the moment. But okay, either way, let's look into the net worth. And the most interesting part is, of course, all this space created everywhere where we're looking. It's never in the top lane. That Naga is completely undisturbed. She's just farming. She decided to go for, well, Basilos plus the drums to have some studs, but at the moment it seems like we might have from now on the rush into the Radiance. And that might actually
40R and Baga, they're going to run to Dulce. They silence him up a little bit too late. He does get the transformation off, but it will be the Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through to get that kill. They get the kill on the Lone Druid, and he has gone for Hand of Midas, not the straight Relic Rush. So he's going to be going for a much slow and steadier build than just straight Relic. But I'd like to point your attention to Fullback's build, the Faceless Void. What do you think's going on here? He has a Perseverance on his person.
Yeah, this is Battle Fury. I hate Battle Fury Void, but well, he's going for it. Or is this a Lincoln's Void? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Perseverance items go for Faceless Void, it's either going to be a Battle Fury or a Refresher. And if it's a Refresher, he doesn't have enough mana to double cast it. Maybe later. But it should be just be a Battle Fury, and he's going to jump in for a Chronosphere, going to catch actually only one. Suncheck will land on the Shadow Shaman regardless. He will be brought down with one more whack. There it is, but pullback taking so much damage. The Shadow Shaman just wasting that time of the Chronosphere, and he will get the kill on the Faceless Void in the end. Not a good trade, especially since the Serpent Ward's already deployed, and with the Nature's Prophet in the area, they'll be able to summon some dudes and put some pressure onto this tower. This will be a free tower for CNB, and they take the Void kill. Very nicely done by them.
Yep. That is probably the best you can do. A support for the core and a tower on top, and the Panda. They didn't have to use anything, absolutely nothing. So the Panda can just look for something else, and he might find something. In the mid, there's a Lonely Invoker, maybe someone TPs to the tier 1 tower, and they would be successful, unless, of course, there is a fast Ghost Walk.
Yeah, so killing off the Invoker is going to be a little bit risky for the Brewmaster by himself, and the Nature's Prophet doesn't exactly have the mana to support him. But Nature's Prophet, he's going to go for a Maelstrom, and take a quick look at the Naga. Naga is going for a Radiant, so they are going to be splitting their farm towards early and late game items with the Drum and Radiance on the Naga Siren and the Maelstrom on the Nature's Prophet. It's a really weird way to play, but right now, CNB, they have complete and utter control of the game, so really they have the freedom to go for anything they want. They could decide to just YOLO push and see if they could take some fights right now, and it probably will go decently for them, but instead they're going to be playing the long-term game and trying to get this Naga Siren to that dominant state.
Yep. Absolutely, and the Naga has all the time in the world. Like, she's not far away from that Sacred Relic. Like 3.3, almost 3.4 now, so give her another 400 and that's done. Well, this is bad news, because like the 4 of CNB, as we have them again lurking here around the mid lane, they're creating space. All the space the Naga needs, that's the problem. And that Faceless Void, I mean, sure, we saw one Chrono this game, but he had to pay with his life for a support kill. That's also not quite the optimal one. We have to see what else we see. I mean, towards mid-game then, which we're gonna like enter pretty much soon. But first of all, Panda, just saying hello.
Blink into the tower, clap blindly, and see what he could find. Didn't find anyone, but Baga has dropped around and has dropped the Dire Observer right behind the tier 1 tower. There's a jump in from the Panda, gonna clip too, with the Nature's Prophet ultimate as well. Ninja's almost dead right off the bat. Nidara dropping pretty low as well. He's gonna be the second kill. That was really, really sneaky once again from CNB. I'm impressed by the amount of sneak that these guys are putting out. And with that, they're gonna take a tier 1 tower, possibly even more. This is just 4 heroes. CNB are winning this game 4v5, and that's scary.
Well, it's not even 4v5, because like most of them are getting caught out like solo somewhere, and like these double thunderclaps and like pretty much everything together. I mean, this Aethershock double thunderclap, then the Skyriff Mage didn't even had to use his ultimate, then the Nature's Prophet ultimate also perfectly timed. Like, all this damage is already enough that, like, yeah, they can just go for it. And the only ones that, like, Isurus really wants to get fed is the Void, and of course the Lone Druid, but Lone Druid got shut down early, and the Void, well, also not too optimal. But what is the Earthshaker doing? He's just going in there now. Thunderclap.
Earthshaker, no.
Yeah. That was an Earthshaker right there.
I don't know what just happened to Nidara. That would have been like... right now is when I would expect Isurus to pause and say, oops, Earthshaker disconnected, because that was not a good play at all. He wandered into 3 heroes. He thought he found the Shadow Shaman solo. Even then, it's a Shadow Shaman who has a 2-level advantage over you, so you can't even kill him quickly enough. And there's also an Nature's Prophet on the enemy end, so he could back him up if need be. That was just Earthshaker feeling a little bit suicidal, and, well, if you have a suicidal team, you're probably not going to win the game, especially when the enemy has a Naga Siren who's almost completed a Radiance. Should be 16 minutes at the absolute latest. That's a really, really nice timing with the drums also.
Yep. Like, seriously, if they didn't gank top, this game might actually end with Naga Siren having, like, a 0-0-0 score. Because right now, it might as well, like, be that way. The 4 people, like, the 4 guys of CNB, they keep Isurus completely busy, and I just don't know. The Faceless Void, for example, with his Battle Fury, he already has the Claymore, is 400 gold away from the Broadsword, but okay, sure, you got a Battle Fury, and from that point on, what exactly is happening, besides, of course, having, I don't know, of course, some region and the item that helps you cleaving, but faster farm, I really don't see a reason for this, not in this game especially.
Yeah, this game is one where I would want my Faceless Void to be going for something more around the lines of Mask of Madness BKB, you know, the standard Faceless Void build, the quote-unquote standard build, because even though he may have his Battle Fury, the Naga Siren has a Radiance, and Radiance trumps Battle Fury for a good portion of the game. Super late, the Battle Fury does get a little bit better as the Radiance does become worse, but...
Oh, there's a Chrono.
Chrono straight up on top. King RD is caught, but he has a song and he's not dropping fast enough. Illuminate will drop him pretty low, but he's still alive. And Fullback, scrapped out, will be forced to time walk away, but 4DR is on the chase. Will split without clapping. Fullback gonna get recalled. No, throw up into the air. Will this actually work? No, he's gonna drop and he will take damage.
Ah, too bad. I actually thought that Cyclone, like Cyclone does not interrupt it, but oh, in the mid there's already a go on a Skywrath Mage. Cold Snap up, but they need more. They need a Fissure or anything, but nicely baited this one out. Echo Slam, no, they don't even need that. Just the Totem was enough. So at least it's a 1-1 trade, but still, like a high value core for Skywrath Mage. Now the Panda might actually want to sneak something else there. There's the Thunderclap. It won't be enough. He was just lifting his maze to like finish that Earthshaker. Too bad it didn't work out. But I guess for Isurus they're happy that this one like didn't work out.
Sunstrike up on top.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Got him. Yo.
I'm such a godly cameraman today. Jesus, that was like
Freaking LDS 360 no scoping people all day long. It's pretty much the best thing that's going right for Isurus, the Hand of Midas Invoker, who's on top of the Isurus net worth chart, but still, it's the whole team needs to be performing, not just this Invoker's Sunstrike, because even though the Invoker has quite a bit of items, the enemy Shadow Shaman has a freaking Blink Dagger. 17 minutes into the game, that's terrifying. And
initiation is terrifying. That is really. I mean, we have two people that can now really well initiate. I mean, Brewmaster coming in, making his business, and then Shadow Shaman as well. Like, unless you have the entire team behind you somewhere hidden, like this will always lead to like instant -1 or maybe even a -2.
Yeah, and also the Brewmaster
Talking about
Magnum Scepter, and he's going to go for Injara. Mystic Flare is committed, and I don't think that was necessary, but they got him. And with Ned down on the bottom lane, has some treants to summon. I think it should be a very easy tier 2 tower push after this. Nature's Prophet has a Blink Dagger, so he's prepared to split push, but split push, just straight pushing with your team is also perfectly reasonable. As Lone Druid, what's his Relic timer look like? He's still 500 away from the Relic, and they're going to initiate on the Bear. It should be a very easy kill on the Spirit Bear. Does he have a resummon? He does, but still has 300 gold going the way of the Skywrath Mage, I think. And now the tower is going to be brought down. Illuminate is going to be cast from way too far away because he has to respect this Brewmaster. If he gets caught with a clap, the Keeper of Light just dies. So he has to stay way far back. He can't defend the tower. And so far the Keeper of Light has done next to nothing this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeper of the Light is a very, very useless pick. Like, especially the build he went for, like, that one point in Mana League was used once so far. We are talking about 18 minutes. He's only level 6, so sure that ultimate is up. He tried to, like, get something done on the Faceless Void, but even that recall didn't work out. So I just don't know for what they did. I mean, but we already talked about it in the draft. But let's look into the crafts. We are 18 minutes in. It's way too deep into the game. We should have showed these crafts earlier. But yeah, look at it. Ages of Immortal just still there. But oh, we have a Chrono top. Just saw that with a Sunstrike. And that's the easy kill. Now I can go into crafts. CNB had actually a nice lead in experience.
Idara. He's going to get picked off. He's going to try to fissure his way out of here, but one more crit is going to bring him down. Continue.
Yeah. Well, it goes their way again. But yeah, they lost quite some experience. Like, this is a 1k experience drop for CNB, even though they have Roshan and whatnot. But in gold, of course, that's definitely a very clear advantage. Still, like, I mean, Isurus farming better at the moment. That's the strange thing about this. Like, even with all the towers down and the kills, I mean, they're 7 kills ahead. And there's not a single tier 1 tower down for CNB, which means this 7k advantage in gold, like as soon as they start getting the towers, they will get a very significant gold advantage, like about 12, 13k if they manage to, and that's interesting.
Okay, I'm not sure if we were just both not paying attention to this, but what was the deal with that Aegis? Like, they just picked it up, but Roshan was killed quite a while ago, right? Did we just both miss that?
I have actually no idea. I thought Roshan was... I have no idea. Like, I thought they killed it and just left it there, but we had to look in those 2 fights, but maybe it was really just left there for shit and giggles, I don't know.
Well, at the very least, Isurus definitely didn't notice it, or else they would have tried to sneak someone deep and tried to snag that one, because it does say who picks it up, so... it looks like everyone is none the wiser, as top lane is being pushed slightly by the Invoker.
Look at this! Nature's Prophet! He just killed an Necro unit, and now he's like, oh my god, where shall I go? Where's the Sunstrike? Oh god! The Sunstrike! It was a second off, but in the meantime, oh my god, that Faceless Void, he gets recalled, but it gets interrupted by the Skyriff Mage, and now, yeah, he's just using that Chrono to get the hell out of here. That's probably the wisest decision. The same goes for the Invoker, but Jesus Christ, this Sunstrike, this would have been so great. So damn great. But he was a second too early.
That would have been definitely one for the highlight reels, and LDS, he never fails to impress with his Sunstrikes, but the rest of his team is definitely failing, as Lone Druid just now picking up his Radiance. It's going to be nice to start pushing out these lanes, but Naga Siren, really, has all the time in the world. She has all the space in the world, and she's ready to go as they go in, down the bottom lane for Dulce. Only Ned right now going to throw the Wrath of Nature far, and they will hit the Lone Druid with the Ensnare. Not take that much damage. Actually, Ned taking more damage due to the bear. They're not bringing Dulce down fast enough, but they will bring him down. Ned just getting roughed up a little bit more than necessary. Sunstrike! Sunstrike will miss! Oh my god, LDS, calm down. That was beautiful.
Oh, that one was good again. Like, he is really good. Like, he didn't lie. He is really good on the Sunstrikes. God damn it. At the moment, we have the Faceless Void actually creep skipping, so they can't push on top. Only problem is Master Up and Water already, and there is a creep wave, so they have to use Cliff here, which they do right now, and now the Force Spirit already starting to clean out those walls. That's a 300 gold, and there is a smoke as well, but I don't know, let's see, maybe a 3-man Chrono, something like that, but oh, the Earthshaker getting silenced here now. Yeah, he's already down. Now, Brewmaster, there is a split, and LDS, does he have a Ghost Walk? No, he doesn't even have an Invoke ready, with Adap coming in. The only thing is retreat, but no, Faceless Void didn't get the memo. He didn't get the memo of this, no Chronosphere, no nothing. He just jumped into a lost cause to give up his life. I don't know why.
And they clean up all those Necro units, giving a little bit more gold. King RD making the slick move of using his Boots of Travel in order to teleport into the Brewmaster split, the Wind Panda, which you wouldn't think would actually work, but it actually does, which is pretty sweet. And then he uses the Aegis just to get a full restore. He's well on his way to his Manta style. That means more illusions everywhere in bottom lane. Big converge upon Ned is in so much trouble, although he doesn't get entangled. He's going to TP out. Needs an entangling kit. No, it won't happen.
If this was Admiral Bulldog, that was an entangle, but I'm sorry, Dolce, you just lack Bulldog skills. Like, first hit entangle after the Sprout, that would have been really the clue with. Nope, didn't work. But nice play by Net there. Like, instead of just sprouting himself, where they can just eat through or do something else, or like sprouting the Druid, he sprouted the bear and TP'd out, because that was the only thing that could interrupt him after the Fisher was already out. Too bad that Earthshaker doesn't have a Blink Dagger. He's
mid lane. They're gonna kill the bear again.
Aww. Am I the only one who feels bad when those bears die? Look at the corpse, like, looks so sad.
He just like falls right onto its face. It is a little bit heartbreaking, I agree.
Yeah, it's a red beaver, but like this beaver...
Oh, it's a red panda, stop it.
Red panda, yeah, okay, sorry, red panda. But this is a bloodstained panda. Like, this red is not like red carpet red, this is all bloody business, because I don't know how often that poor druid died already, including his bear, or bear alone.
Yeah, they've lost the bear many, many times thus far. I think at the very least that was the second time that I've seen. That's 600 gold. That's quite a large sum of money. It's going to give these supports, you know, Scarith Mage holding a Ghost Scepter Force Staff 24 minutes of the game is absolutely terrifying, and well, everyone else is pretty stacked as well. Nature's Prophet gone for Blink Dagger, Maelstrom into Mech.
Oh boy.
Those are good items, but top lane.
Yeah.
Pull back,
Blink
Hex up. Here comes the Nature's Prophet, Wrath of Nature, and the Mystic Flare. Oh man,
that was the easiest kill of his life, pretty much.
Well, the Nature's Prophet, yeah, going back to his build, they're all good items on Nature's Prophet, but usually don't see them all on one hero because it's either he goes for the Hello?
Yo. I don't know what happened. I just dropped, but I'm back in game. Stream is up again, so it's like just, I don't know, a minute picnic or so.
Alright, well, you didn't miss that much. The CNB side, they took another Roshan, and they are going to take another bear as well. Fish is going to fly up down in the bottom lane, and we'll save the bear for now. But yet, really not much of anything happened, as we do have a couple people reconnecting. So everything's fine, guys. It's not my computer for the first time in a million years. Full back up on top, though, is pretty vulnerable. H Prophet thinking about teleporting in. They now see fullback. There's the Blink Hex from Pata. Has a Shackle as well. Mystic Flare going to be committed. I have no idea what the plan was there for fullback, but it wasn't a good one.
Oh, but maybe they get something done on the H Prophet here. Yeah, there's even an Entangle. Radiance does, of course, some damage, but yeah, Earthshaker already down, and now they just follow the beaver, the panda.
Alright, just letting everyone know what's going on. So they pick up the Earthshaker, they pick up the Faceless Void. CNB, it's 7-19, and this game is getting disgustingly huge in their advantage. Upwards of 15k gold, upwards of 12k experience with a Naga Siren who's holding on to 53 frickin' 100 gold. This Naga Siren's stacked, and it's just a matter of time before CNB are going to look to take a high ground. Off of the Roshan they just picked up, they should be going for it soon enough, though I'm not exactly sure when that's going to come about.
Yep, and by the way, about the internet, I have no idea what happened. The standard gateway was just removed, restored it, so I was offline for like 30 seconds, but obviously with all the delay and whatnot, like it takes a bit. But in summary, guys, you really didn't even miss a minute of that game. So, sorry for that. I have no idea. Like, usually this shouldn't happen because I have a business line actually here, but apparently the Hungarian telecom doesn't take it so serious. But talking about serious, the panda bear is farming alone here top at the moment. Yep, he recalled it, but you see the other panda, like the real panda hero, he was already looking for it, but while I'm saying this, they just explode the Earthshaker too fast to cast.
Just teleport in, silence, concussive shot, all the good stuff to kill the very, very soft support hero who, he does have a Blink Dagger, so Earthshaker really doesn't need that much else, but still losing any hero solo like that is not exactly what you want to have happen. Pata does have level 2 Serpent Wards. He's 1500 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter upgrade for those, so they might want to hold off for a little while longer, or they're just going to just start using like the Anaconda method, just take all lanes and push all of them out, and then restrict Isurus' farm space to, you know, less than half of the map. Ned's on the bottom lane, the rest of the team is over mid, so it looks like they are going to start strangling Isurus of their resources.
And yeah, looking at the crafts now it's really, it's in favor for 15k on both sides. It's just not funny anymore. Like 13 kills, 30 minutes in, but they still want to defend, and let's see if they can do that successfully.
Well, the Shaker has a Blink Dagger, so Blink Echo Slam is always a pretty viable threat, and fullback, though he's not at the base right now, he is putting some pressure up on top, so CNB, they're on some sort of timer to get something done here. There's chipping away at the tier 3 tower, and fullback looks like he will secure a tier 2 tower for free. Sunstrike just scouting, it looks like, although it might have hit onto Ned, I'm not too sure, but everyone from CNB, with the exception of Naga Siren, they're just positioning themselves firmly on the bottom lane with illusions fanning out for Radiance Burn everywhere. Ned is just chipping away at this tower, but he gets fissured, and he now can't retreat, although he does have a Blink Dagger. The Illuminate will fly through, and Ned's going to lose his Aegis here. We'll get 4-staffed out, but yeah, there goes the Aegis. No surprises there. Ninja Prophet's going to be respawning soon enough, and in the meantime, middle lane, King RD putting more hurt onto that mid-tier 2 tower. CNB, they're not really gaining that much. They're putting a little bit of damage here and there, but I feel like they're just pretty much wasting their time. But at the same time, I mean, Isurus, they're not farming at all, so kind of an awkward period in this game.
And the problem is, like, CNB, they have no rush at all. Because Naga Illusions, I mean, besides the Naga, of course, being super fat, but Naga Illusions, they just do damage over time. Like, he's pushing out 2 lanes, pretty much, top and mid, while the rest of the team is just doing damage on the bottom tier 3 tower. So, rinse and repeat, do this for 5 minutes, and you will eventually get all the towers down. Like, just chip by chip, Alliance style.
Yeah, just slowly restrict the space and slowly get rid of all the space from Isurus and force Isurus to force a fight somewhere. Brewmaster has his level 16 with the Aghanim Scepter upgrade. Shadow Shaman has the Aghanim Scepter upgrade on the way. It's not up just yet, but this Naga Siren is getting pretty much 3 lanes worth of farm plus the enemy jungle, or a couple of camps of the enemy jungle. She's sitting on another 3,800 gold, almost 4k, with the heart already picked up from her. She can ship out her Ring of Basilius as well as her drums for some bigger items, but this is 30 minutes in, and Naga Siren is, you know, almost 10,000 gold ahead of the enemy Invoker who's sitting on top. KRD is going to go for it by himself. He doesn't even need his team, quite honestly. He will need his team to fight, but they're going to engage with Serpent Wards. Treants from the bottom. Luminate's going to fly through, and KRD just going solo. Maybe it's a little bit too deep for him, but he has the song just in case things get too hairy. Serpent Wards constantly firing at the mid melee Raxes, bot mid melee Raxes rather. And where's it going to be? There's the Chronosphere onto only King RD. He's also going to trap his friendly Invoker. King RD's taking a lot of damage with that heart, but he's not going to go down just yet. Sunstrike there, and the Echo Slam will kill off that Naga Siren, but the Brewmaster has already split, and the Raxes have already dropped, which travels back in from the Naga Siren. They kill off the Airshaker, now they're going to look for Dual Saves. They send the Bear up into the air, they take off LDS, and then Dual Save also ensnared with the Bear hexed up. Dual Save is going to be rocked really hard, and Fullback trying to go for Lampada. The Force Staff will keep that Shadow Shaman safe. Fullback now silenced up. Orchid, I don't think will pop him. He will drop pretty low, but in the end, CNB, they buy back with the Naga Siren. They get exactly what they came for, and now it's time to back off. Without their split, they probably shouldn't be fighting anymore. So, big win for CNB.
There was even a Sunstrike attempt, like, for the Nature's Prophet, but this time he walked aside, so again, not working there. Too bad. I mean, they got what they came for. Like, it was kind of a messy fight with the Naga Siren going down and then buying back, but in the end, they got Rex down. Now they will just fall back, farm a bit, and wait for, I don't know, maybe even the buyback cooldown, or they put the Aegis on the Naga next time. Like, that is, yeah, these two are their options, pretty much.
Yeah, or just continue to do what they were doing before they actually committed to that lane, which is Naga sends illusions everywhere. Radiance Burn farm, you know, bring Nadera down very low just by sticking an illusion and doing a crap ton of damage, actually. Bringing Earthshaker down to half HP with an illusion, that's scary. That's really scary. And the illusions are now going to be burning mana since she picked up a Diffusal Blade as her next item, so Naga Siren's getting frighteningly huge.
Look! Look at the Keeper of Light, he almost dies. This is just Riptide Radiance. Like, if they wouldn't stop the illusion with Cold Snap, that he would have died easily.
Keeper of the Light. He hasn't had a good game, and he will continue to not have a good game. There's Fullback's initiation, but he will get instantly silenced by Baga. BKB is up from Fullback, and he has a Chronosphere available. He will use it only onto the Scarith Mage. The Sunstrike will bring the Scarith Mage down, although the Faceless Void's the one to get the streak in the end. Now Fullback on his way out will dodge the clap because he was still in BKB. He'll try to TP, and it looks like he will be successful in doing so. Fullback playing it fast and loose as the Faceless Void, but hey, at the end of the day, he gets the kill on the Scarith Mage. Ultimately, though, I'm not really too sure how much it's going to matter, because Naga Siren is still doing Naga Siren things over in the top lane and over in the mid lane. Hell, even on the bottom lane, which is already raxed. She, I'm pretty sure, is going to be getting her next item very shortly. She's at 2,000
Look,
gold.
she's getting an illusion kill. No, one more tick. This is 7 HP. 7 HP left. I can't even believe that. Like, if there was a Nature's Wrath, for example, that would have been a kill there. But first, they go for the Earthshaker.
They're going to shackle him up. Split has already been used. Meteor's going to drop Fullback jumping in, but he doesn't have Chronosphere because he already used it to kill the Skyrath Mage. Now he's sprouted up. He's going to go down as well. Who's next? Looks like the Keeper of the Light will throw out one more Illuminate, but it's only going to hit onto those Bruling aspects. Now Invoker up into the air will get purged down. Rock is there, but the BKB from the Invoker going to keep him safe for now. Fullback's going to return to this fight with the Battle Fury. Going to duel up against 40R, who's currently fighting without any support. Where's the Naga Siren? I don't know where she went. Fullback's going to time walk after 40R with the Bear on top of the Brewmaster as well. This should be the death of the Brew. However, they did take the tier 3 tower. CNB were not fighting with all 5 heroes. That was only like 2 or 3 heroes, I think. Now they're going to get Chronosphere onto Ned, though. This could be a nice pickoff for Fullback. Mystic Flare is committed, and it will be just not enough. No, it will be enough. The Illuminate finally doing something. Buyback from the Keeper of the Light as the Faceless Void going to pop his BKB and try to fight through the song. It won't really happen as now Dulce going to get hexed up. The Bear going to try to distract King RD. No illusion just yet, but there they are. Dulce is going to get shredded to pieces, and now looking towards the mid lane. Ninja, run from the illusions, Ninja. Radiance Burn, dead. Gem on the floor. He's actually holding 2 gems, in fact. Okay, this looks like it might just be the end because Isurus, their base is in full breach. Nadera trying to teleport within his own base. He can't even escape. There's just no more space for Isurus, and well, Fullback's gonna get silenced. They're not done just yet. They're still fighting as Baga does take a cold snap. Has a Mystic Flare available, Wrath of Nature bouncing through. Top lane Raxes have been claimed. Mid Rax is soon to follow. And Isurus, they can't really afford to fight right now. They're going to bring down the Keeper Light again with illusions. Really? Fullback. He's going to get slowed down by the Rod of Atos. He's going to get hit with the Ensnare. Hexed up as well. This is going to be one of the last kills, I think. Fullback cannot escape. There's a Mystic Flare, which will completely miss. Now a split. They're going to dive the Fountain. Can Invoker survive? He's invisible. There were 2 gems on the floor. Where did they go? Seriously, where are the gems? I don't know where they went, but Invoker's going to survive, but the base is in tatters.
Rasta has them. But yeah, it is a GG. They just don't GG out. They have to accept the fact. Look at all these minions, creeps, and all the farm. Like, in the end, we have, like, gold-wise 25k. It's just not funny anymore. LDS is trying to stay alive. Okay, Naga helping him for the moment at least, but yeah, there's the throne. And that's it for game number 1.
That was such a brutal game to watch. Those Sunstrikes were really nice, so Invoker for Isurus is definitely something you have to pay attention to. Not slowing down the Naga Siren is an objective mistake. You have to slow down that Naga Siren. Kill her off constantly. But really, it was, I think, the supports and the rotations from the Brewmaster that ultimately made that game. Regardless, CNB, in this best of 2, are going to be up 1-0.
Absolutely, 1-0, and it is now about, yeah, Isurus being on the dire side and coming back, making it a 1-1, at least a draw. That's the best you can get out of this here in a 2-game series. Either way, my name is HeflaTV, and casting with me is Michael Loris. We are back for game number 2 in just a second.